Everyone is ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath. Let's thank God for this opportunity to be here tonight among friends, among people that want to learn about Jesus' teachings, and how to improve themselves. Thank you, Jesus, for my life, for our work, for our knowledge. Thank you for the opportunity to be aware of your teachings, to be aware of our inner spirit, to be aware of our evolution. Thank you, God, for our capacity to understand and to improve ourselves. We take this opportunity. God bless us all this night and hope us to understand the teachings and improve ourselves to be growing, moving forward to our path, following Jesus as our role model. So be. Good night, everyone. It's a great opportunity to be here tonight. And following this initial prayer, I'm sitting here on my chair, I'm hearing the sound of the rain outside, and I hope you all can find peace in this moment and actually feel the weight of your body on your chair and to be connected to this moment. To pay attention to how are you coming tonight, what emotions are you bringing, how was your day, and try to leave all of that behind and be fully present in this moment. Because tonight we'll be talking about self-knowledge, a trip to inside, a trip to inside of us, of ourselves, to try to touch the border of this human being that is us. Sometimes we don't know who we are, we don't control our emotions, we don't know what path to follow in life. So tonight, I ask you all to be fully present in this moment and try to go with me as I go through these slides and make some reflections that might help you in your own life. So let's begin. So the goal of tonight's lecture is to try to connect to your inner self, Maybe try to find a way back to yourself if you are feeling lost. And also bring some teachings and how Spiritism can help you find your true essence. Just a second. So from the question 115 from the Spiritist book, there's that question: are some spirits created good and others bad? God created all spirits simple and unaware, meaning lacking all knowledge. God has given them each a particular mission to enlighten them and help them gradually reach perfection through the knowledge of the truth and they rise closer to Him. In that perfection, they will find eternal bliss without any troubles. Spirits acquire knowledge by experiencing the trials inflicted by God. While some accept these trials with resignation and arrive at their destiny more quickly, others are defiant and remain far from the perfection and happiness promised to them through no fault other than their own. I brought this question because this tells us that we all were created equal. We were all created simple and unaware. And we acquire knowledge through our experiences. But everything that we acquire, all the perfection or imperfections, virtues or vices that we have, depend on ourselves. It's our choice. The same way, the path to happiness is also in our hands. It's our choice. The choice to keep moving forward and evolving moral and intellectually, that's the goal of us as spirits, is also our goal. I mean, it's also our choice. Everything is in our hands. Sometimes we look through life and we see, oh, this person has much more happiness to our eyes. It has a better life condition. Her life seems easier, mine is not. But we need to remember that we were all given the same chances. We are all created equal, and our choices reflect the life and the trials that we are facing right now. So that was our choice in the past. So when some suffering come to our life, it's to teach us to improve in that particular area, in that particular field of our life, and keep evolving. Are the spirits themselves responsible for accelerating their progress to perfection? Of course. They reach their goal more or less quickly depending on the force of their desire and the degree of their submission to God's will. Doesn't a docile and submissive child learn faster than one who is stubborn and lazy? So what this question brings to us, the 117 number of the question of the Spiritist book, that brings to us that is on our hands, as I said. The path for the happiness, the path of the evolution path, it's all on our hands. How much progress we want to do on this life, in this incarnation, is also on our hands. To be incarnated in this earth, to have this life is a gift. And most of the time, we are not aware of that this a gift is our chance to improve ourselves and keep evolving and reach happiness and be evolving to be a pure spirit like Jesus. That will take a long time, but we are on their path. And it's on our hands to accelerate that or not. One thing that I was thinking today, since we are immortal spirits, that we are always evolving, that means also that I will have another life, I will incarnate in another body. And this is the only time that I get to wear this, I would say, these clothes. What I mean by clothes, this is the only time that I am in this body. This is the only time that I'm living these life circumstances with these people around me. We might come together another time, but maybe in a different setup. So we don't realize how many opportunities we have daily to do what is important for us and to love the ones around us and to do better for our neighbors as we wish they do for us. We don't realize the chances that we have to make this world a better world. Sometimes that desire is inside of us. We want a better world. We want a better neighborhood. We want a better family. We want a better job. We want better friendships. But we don't put the effort. We don't put the action. So tonight is a moment that I want that all of us, including myself, because I prepared this lecture thinking about also my needs, what I am lacking, what areas of my life I need to have more knowledge, what areas of my life I need to improve, what areas I need to put more effort, and I need to make changes. So this question from the Spirit's book clearly tells us that it's in our hands to make that moral and intellectual progress that we need. One thing that we need to talk about, evil and good exist inside of us. We are not only good and not only evil. Like sometimes we hear, we're not black and white, we are kind of gray. We have both of those forces inside of us. And so based on that, I bring like a tale from an old Cherokee grandfather that was telling his grandson a story. A fight is going on inside of me, he said. It is a terrible fight between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, greed, arrogance, resentment, lies, and ego. He continued, the other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The wolves are fighting to the death. Wide-eyed, the boy asks his grandfather, which wolf will win? The old Cherokee simply replied, the one you feed. So that's such an important message for us. We have all those forces inside of us fighting all the time. But if we want to do good, if we want to remove the ego, the selfishness, the all pride that we have inside of us, we don't need to feed those feelings. We need to feed feelings and thoughts of kindness, charity, understanding, compassion, empathy. Again, as I was saying, everything is on our hands. And as this tale also mentioned, the one you feed, so that reinforces that the choice is ours every day, every choice, every mistake or every good thing we make is in our hands. It's our choice. We can change things from now on. Like if we are unhappy with our lives, if something is causing you too much anxiety, it's causing you cannot sleep, something is worrying you, you need to stop what you're doing and look inside and ask the questions, why are you feeling like that? Why are you living in so much anxiety? A person that lives with anxiety, that person is not living in the present. That person might be living in the future or in the past, somewhere else in between, but not at the present moment. But the changes in life only happen in the present moment. So it's really important that we become aware and we start improving this self-knowledge, why we suffer, why somebody can hurt me. If somebody is hurting me, why? Is my pride? Do I feel defenseless? Or do I feel the need to defend myself and then I react with anger? We need to ask all those questions. Why I behave the way that I behave? If this situation happened, why I got so mad? Why I got so upset? Most of the time, it's not about the other person. It's about us. Socrates, the philosopher, he spent a lot of time by himself because he knew that the questions that he had could only be answered by himself in his silence, evaluating his life, evaluating the things around him. He could not find on an external source. The internal source will be the source of answers and knowledge in that case. And any one of us will know what is bothering us, what we need to improve. And tonight we'll be talking how can we do better, what tools we can use, or how Spiritism can also help us to promote that inner reformation and seek for knowledge, self-knowledge. The illness and the cure are inside of us. Christian Spiritism calls us to moral reform for the better, to the understanding of our relationship with ourselves. That is, the renewal of our rules of good conduct, of our existential beliefs and values, which in turn require new thoughts, new feelings, and therefore new behaviors. In this way, in other words, he invites us to build our well-being, a harmonious conscious state, capable of generating balance, energy, the essence of health. Sorrows, resentments, guilt, revolt, jealousy, envy, pride, selfishness, anger, violence, and so many others, wrong feelings and behaviors, synonyms of attitudes contrary to the moral laws of life, because they are sources of dystonia, emotional disorders, generators of illnesses. They should definitely be removed from our hearts. So for you all that have been coming every Tuesday, or maybe you are new and you are just starting to study Spiritism and the Gospel and Spiritist book, I think you all realize how much of the Spiritism and Jesus' teachings are about our inner reformation. And all these sentiments that I just mentioned, selfishness, anger, violence, they came from the roots of the pride in our ego. And all the pain that we endure in this world also comes from our bad behaviors, because we are all under the law of cause and effect. So everything that we promote, there's no way that we can want to plant oranges and harvest apples. Everything that we plant, we will harvest. So that's why we say that's the law of cause and effect. So if we live in all those feelings of anger, violence, and jealousy, and there's so much of bad feelings inside of us, but that means that we're just sick. We are sick because we are responding to life situations through all those primitive feelings. And we need to combat those feelings and understand, have our self-knowledge to remove all those feelings from our hearts and start cultivating new virtues, like virtues of patience, empathy, compassion with others. Jesus highlighted, because from inside the hearts of men come evil thoughts, adulteries, prostitution, homicides. If ills are born from heart and mind, medicines will be born from the same source. But that means that at the same time that we can cause our own disease, because if we live 20 years hating somebody, cultivating all that hatred, that anger inside of us, all these sentiments will cause like our body to remove so many bad neurotransmitters and so many things that will be harming ourselves for so long that at some point we might develop a disease. It might be a cancer, it might be a depression, it might be something else. We will develop that. But the cause of that disease is also because it's in our hands, as I said. We might have caused that throughout the bad sentiments that we're cultivating for so long. But at the same time, Jesus tells us that the medicines will also be born from the same sources. So that means if we change ourselves, if we remove these bad inclinations, if we work on our vices, and we start cultivating new virtues and new thoughts, we can also cure our body or be healthier in mind, spiritually, and also in our body by changing ourselves. So that's why the inner reformation and the self-knowledge is so important. On Matthew, there's also a passage that Jesus said, "How can you speak good things when you are evil? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks." So that means from our mouth, we can only say what we have inside. So I'd like us to think like when we're really upset, let's put it as an example with a kid, with your son, with your daughter, and sometimes you are just, yelling or you're not happy and you're saying bad things or not being a good person at that moment. That's all coming out. Or when you have an argument with your neighbor or your boss or somebody, and you might hurt because you said bad words or you said bad things about the person, that's coming out of you if your heart is full of that. So we need to think about what we want inside of me. Do I want to be speaking love, peace, harmony? Or do I want to be spreading anger, selfishness, violence, revenge? So we really need to think what we want, what are the things that we want inside of us? What are the sentiments, the thoughts? What I want in my temple, right? This body is my temple. My soul lives in this body, but what I want to my spirit to carry from now on? What I want to carry with me when I move from this incarnation to the next life. So I'd like to bring some common sentiments nowadays that I hear people saying, and I also feel a lot of them. We are always in a hurry, no time. We don't have any time to spend with people, to connect with people, and to do things we consider important. Sometimes we don't feel that we are there for friends and family. Sometimes we forget even important things. Maybe somebody, your friend, lost one of their relatives. You heard about that. You thought about calling later, but you forgot. Your life is so busy that was just another thing you didn't prioritize, and you might feel bad about that later. You're not there, you don't know what's happening with your friend's family, with their kids, if they're doing good, if they are not doing good. At this time, at nowadays time, I feel that people are disconnected. We might have an apparent feeling of connection through all these media, social media, but no, we are disconnected. We're not making time for the important things. You might also feel lack of control. how are you coming? How are we coming here tonight? Are we good? Do we feel good? Are we worried about our tasks, our boss, our husband, our wife? So feel your body in this moment and ask the question, who are you? Who am I? Can you picture an image? Does any image come to your face, to your mind, that can maybe explain who you are? Do you know how to answer that question? Who am I? Don't forget that you are not your labels. You are not a mother. You are not a dad. You're not a scientist. You are not an engineer. You're not a teacher. You're not a brother. You're not a sister. Those are labels. Labels. Who are you? Can you have an image? Can you answer that question? And now you're here at this moment in your life, in your lifetime. But then you receive a notice from your doctor that you only have 2 days to live. So imagine that you're here at this moment, at the present age that you are. You are 37, 40, 25. And you got the notice. You got some news from your doctor that you only have 2 days in this earth. What do you feel? Is it worth it to keep arguing with your neighbor? What do you want to do in this time? Keep evaluating what are your feelings and what do you want to do in these 2 days that you have. Now, start moving your hands. We'll come back here and we go back to another exercise later. So coming back here, since we did this exercise, how did you feel? Did you feel that you accomplished everything you wanted? Did you feel remorse? Did you regret anything? Did you love enough? Those questions, maybe you thought about them. If you have this thought in your mind that you're going, like in 2 days, you are going to meet the spiritual, you're going to the spiritual world in 2 days. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to live this life and face your conscience in the spiritual world? Are you ready to face God? Are you ready to face your guardian angel? But are you ready? I think the most important thing, are you ready to face your conscience? Like, what feelings did you get? Like, if you're living this world in 2 days, do you want to ask for forgiveness to somebody? Do you want to tell your kids that you love them? Do you want to spend more time in the office? I don't think so, right? If we have this thing in mind that we only have a few days, I think our priorities shift, and I think this exercise helps us to realize what is important for us. Because the things that are important for us, we need to make time for them to happen, right? Initially, we need to know what is really important for us. And you probably feel like I felt when I thought about this exercise, like if God is calling me tonight or in 2 days, I don't feel ready. I feel that I need more time. Like I got a feeling of anxiety. I felt anxious. I feel, no, I cannot leave my family. And I felt that I haven't accomplished what I came to this incarnation to do. I felt that I haven't accomplished to doing more charity, to being good to others, to loving my family enough. There's so many things that cross my mind, and maybe those cross your mind also as well. So I had that feeling that I need more time. So do you need more time? But do you need more time for what? Try to answer the question for yourself. Do you want more time? But more time for what? So now we will continue the exercise. In this exercise, we will do another exercise, and we'll try to let it go, the things that we don't want anymore, and we like to leave that behind, and we'll let the old things go for the new things to come. So let me put the music now, and let's begin. So let's close our eyes again. Take a deep breath. Maybe now you realize that you were giving 2 days on earth and you've had the mixed feelings. You had the feelings of things that you didn't accomplish, or things that people that you didn't ask for forgiveness, or that you didn't love enough, and you wanted more time. So now let's do this exercise where Jesus or God gave you another 5 years. So imagine that you have 5 years from now. Maybe you don't know exactly the path to reach those 5 years, but maybe some images are coming through your mind and let you know what type of person do you want to be. What type of person you want to be in 5 years. If you only have 5 years for now, what do you want to accomplish? What projects do you want to realize? What virtues do you want to develop? But you don't know how to get there yet. You have an idea of how you want to be. So now imagine that you might be driving, or you might be riding a bicycle in a road, looking at the sunset. The sunset is in the horizon, and you're going in that direction. Now think about all the things that you want to leave behind. All the things about you that you want to change, that you think that those behaviors are hurting you or might be causing you sadness, anxiety, insatisfaction. Now that you have a clue of the person that you want to be in 5 years, just look to the present moment and see what doesn't fit in that future lifestyle anymore. Just look what you want to change, what you want to leave behind, or you want to modify. And now keep driving or keep riding your bicycle through the sunset. And imagine that the wind is coming and leaving all those slowly behind. You are going on the path to your future, to the person that you want to become. And all these imperfections you are riding and they're staying on the road, they're leaving behind. You want to modify those. You want to be different. You want to work on yourself. And you want to prioritize what is really important for you. Because now you have the conscience. You know what is important for you, what is meaningful for you. So you know how you want, where you want to go, what do you want to achieve, and what do you want to leave behind. And now you keep moving through that light, to that sunset, and you're seeing Jesus along you, riding with you. He is your model, your role model of good behavior, of unconditional love. And you know, if you take his hand, he will guide you through the path of happiness. And you are thankful for that. So now let's start moving our hands and coming back to the moment, to this present moment. And let's continue. So how did you guys feel? How was it? What did you leave behind? Like here, I have an image of some luggages, right? You leave behind guilt, depression, anger, fear, maybe something else, maybe something that you realize that you don't do, that you don't need that anymore. Maybe you don't need some behaviors anymore. Maybe that's not important anymore. Was it difficult to leave behind old behaviors? Maybe people, maybe things, maybe ambitions? Yeah, probably. We are so comfortable. We are in our comfort zone, the way that we live right now. And it's really difficult to step up, leave those behind and go into a direction of a future that we might feel insecure. Did the way you see yourself change through this exercise? And what have changed? Do you have new goals? Do you want to be a different person? Do you have new priorities? Maybe you have. Maybe this helped you a little bit to realize there are really important things on your life. Maybe for you, might be your family, or might be knowledge, or might be doing good to others. Maybe since we have that idea that life can end at any moment, maybe that help you clarify the goals or what is really important. And for things that are really important, we need to make time. And we can make time from now on, like starting today. We can ask every day the question, what is important for me? What do I want to accomplish for myself, for my knowledge, for my inner reformation, for my moral? What do I want to accomplish today? I think we can ask that every day and make every day meaningful to us. We have a lot of judgment voices inside of us. Like every day we are judging others, but we should have more empathy with others. We are all imperfect. We all make mistakes. So when you notice your judgmental voice towards others, try to pause that. Try to understand that everyone is evolving. Everyone is in a different path, in a different scale of evolution, and we need to have patience with others as we want that they have with us. We need to be more indulgent. On the question 919 from the Spirit's book, what is the most effective method for guaranteeing self-improvement and resisting attraction of wrongdoing? A philosopher of the antiquity once said, know thyself. So now I'll read the answer from the St. Augustine. He said, do what I myself used to do during my life on earth. At the end of each day, I would assess my conscience, review everything that I had done, and I would ask myself whether I had failed in some duty, whether someone might have reason to complain of me. It was thus that I arrived at knowing myself and seeing what there was in me that needed to be reformed. If you review all your actions of the day every evening, asking yourself whether you have done good or bad, and praying for enlightenment from God and your guardian angel, you would acquire great strength for self-improvement because God would assist you. Ask yourself these questions. What you have done, what was your aim, whether you have done anything that you would find fault for in another, or whether you have done anything that you will be ashamed to admit. Also ask yourself, if God called me into the spiritual life at this moment in time, where nothing is hidden, would I dread seeing anyone? So this is such a good exercise that St. Augustine teaches us, right? Every day before you go to bed, you might ask you, have I hurt somebody today? I was not polite with somebody? Did I do any good? Did I do any bad? If you do any bad, you can ask God for assistance, for enlightenment, and you have the next day to improve yourself. But the self-knowledge and inner reformation, that's a path. It doesn't happen from one day to the next day. It's an everyday exercise. It's something that we need constantly to be doing, asking ourselves, how can we do better to us and to others around us? We have Jesus as our role model. Jesus was a model of infinite love, of infinite patience, tolerance. He taught us everything that we need to do. Like if we want to find this path for happiness, we need to follow and practice what he did. We need to love others as we love ourselves. Besides that, there's how the Spiritists can help us to find our true essence. I think every one of you might have noticed that since you start studying Spiritists, a lot of things change inside of you and your life. The Spiritists bring the knowledge that we are immortal spirits, we were created simple and ignorant, and we are in this life, in this incarnation, to perfect ourselves, to improve morally and intellectually. So Spiritism brings a whole set of knowledge. We have 5 books from Kardec, from the Spiritist teachings. We also have so many books from Divaldo Franco and Joana de Angelis that bring a whole series of the psychological series, how you can work on your self-knowledge and improve ourselves. We have so many good examples. Chico Xavier, Divaldo, Gandhi, Mother Teresa. We have so many examples of good models that we can follow. So the Spirit is bring the knowledge from where we come from and where are we going. The Jesus teachings are the best love example that we can find. The Spirit is also brings the teachings of law of cause and effect, that we are responsible for our actions, and yes, we are responsible for our happiness. And the life never ends. We are spirits in a constant evolution. But we need to be aware. We need to be aware every day. We cannot be just living our daily tasks in this much noise that we have in this world, like so many responsibilities, so many things taking us apart, because we don't find time to look inside and to see what is important for us. So we need more awareness, because the old man is still living in me, but the new man wants to come, and I need to find time to work on that inner reformation. Jesus says, watch and pray. And we also have some examples that in order for us to modify a behavior and work on our inner reformation, we need discipline. Discipline is a daily work. We need every day to work to improve the best version, to reach the best version of ourselves. Our most important battle is with ourselves. And to win our bad inclinations, or to deceive our bad inclinations, will be our best victory. Other thing that I would like to bring, faith. We have to have faith in Jesus Christ's promises and in God's love. Everything that happens to us happens for a reason. God is a loving Father, so we need to understand that. Even when we suffer, is for our best, is to learn a lesson. We need to trust in us, in our potential to change our reality, and also in God. We can overcome the difficulties. What we want for our life? I think everyone wants peace, love, and happiness. So let's work on that. We only have the present. The present is now, is this moment now. We can make plans for the future, but the future will only happen at the present. So that's all we have, and we really need to be aware and do the best that we can at this moment. So make your best choices now. We have all the instruments from the Spiritist teachings, from the gospel, from Jesus as our role model. So let's work on the best version of ourselves. And I would like to finish tonight with the St. Francis of Assisi prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. So thank you all for being with me tonight. And I'm open for questions and for more discussions. Hello?
Hi, Anna. Would you like to thank you very much for the beautiful talk talk, and I love the exercise. I would just want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you, Rafael. Anyone wants to say something? Anyone realize something new?
I want to thank you.
This was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Anyone have questions?
Yeah. So now we're gonna proceed to the past treatment. I recommend everybody to have your bottle container of pure water. That will be fluidified in a moment. In the moment of the past treatment, okay?
Let's prepare ourselves now for the moment of the passes and the blessing of our water. Place by your side a container with clean water to be blessed and magnetized. Dear brothers and sisters, no matter where you are in this moment, what difficulties you're facing, Jesus is always ready to come to our help. Place yourself now in a comfortable position, one that facilitates concentration and receptivity. Breathe slowly and calmly. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Fill your lungs with air and release slowly. Let the energy of tranquility and peace penetrate your lungs and circulate throughout your body. Your soul, in harmony with your body, feels peaceful and at peace. Let us think now about the passage of Jesus among us. In a beautiful and clear day, the golden rays of the sun illuminating the joyful landscape. Multicolored flowers, bouncing, chirping birds fill the landscape with optimism. The news of the cures brought a crowd of needy people around Jesus. Suddenly, Jesus appears, calm and serene. His white tunic is light and long all the way up to his feet. At the sunset, all those who were sick and affected by different diseases were brought to him. And Jesus, laying his hand on each one, healed them, as narrated in the Gospel of Luke. Let's mentalize now Jesus approaching us in this moment, placing his friendly hands on top of your head. Feel the presence of this Divine Master right with you, feeling like a waterfall of pure and crystalline waters start to fall from his hands, coming from his love to bathe you, falling on your head, streaming down your shoulders, bathing your whole entire being, bringing you peace, serenity, and balance, cleaning all impurities and pacifying yourself. Feel these waters bathing you, cleansing and purifying. Breathe. Now think of Jesus as a sun right before you, his light, his warmth, embracing you, enveloping you. Feel the healing emerging, emanating from Christ towards you. He hears your prayers. Trust him. His love is infinite. He is always by your side, protecting, offering everything you need. Trust Him. Feel and absorb all these magnificent healing energies coming from Jesus in this moment. His light surrounds and embraces you. Feel these energies running throughout your body. Feel yourself re-energized, strengthened, and at peace. Dear Lord Jesus, our divine friend, extend your generous hands, Lord, and transform these waters into remedies for our physical and spiritual ailments. Hold us, Jesus, in your peace. Extend your vibrations of love for the benefit of my home, dear Lord. May peace, health, tranquility reign here with my family. We give thanks to you, Jesus, and pray that you stay with us today and always. Thank you, God.